what kind of scenarios should I expect during the oral exam? And how deep do those scenario-based questions go?
The applicant probably digs the hole deeper than I really want to go, but I'll
Yeah.
let them dig.
Yeah.
Here's an example. Okay, I give them a cross country, and the ACS talks about going to the first fuel stop. So I give a long cross country that will, in most cases, require the applicant to pick a fuel stop. I'll just say, well, how's the weather today for our flight from here to there? Could we go? Could we make the flight?
Yeah.
I'll ask them why they picked the fuel stop. Why'd you pick this airport? And it's not me saying that I don't like the airport that they pick. It's their choice. They can pick any airport they want to. And sometimes I'll get, well, it's it was halfway. It was my grandmother lives 2 miles down the road. I thought we could go have lunch with grandma. Okay, well, that's a great reason. They have cheap fuel. Okay, there's a good reason. All those come into play. I'll ask them what our takeoff weight's going to be, and they'll tell me, and I'll ask them what the max is for that airplane, and I'll give them an overweight situation. I show up and I've got more baggage than I said I was going to have, or I come with a friend and the friend weighs 160 pounds. Can we go? Question I'm asking is a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Can we go? And of course, they're overweight. Now, their initial reaction is probably no. What I really want them to do is try to figure out a way so that we can go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with my commercial applicants, I get a little bit more, I'm not going to say upset, but I'm thinking as a commercial pilot, you need to try to figure out ways to make this flight happen.
Mm.
Now, if we're going to our fuel stop and we're landing with lots of extra fuel, can we take 3 gallons of fuel off and be within the weight and balance limitations? And that's what I'm getting at. All right, so let's say we put my friend in the back seat and we do our weight and balance, and our CG is at the very aft limit, still within limits, but at the very aft limits. I'll say, are there any advantages to an aft CG? And again, the answer is yes or no.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm gonna ask for them. If they say yes, there are. I'm gonna say, well, what are they?
Yeah.
But boy, people will go into this doctoral dissertation on the aerodynamics of an aft CG, and
Yeah.
after a couple minutes, I usually say, okay, all right, that's not. I don't even know what you're talking about at this point. So I would say, as a tip,
Yeah.
just answer the question.